Before you can start selling on FBA, the first step is to reprice your current items. You're only going to reprice the items that you're actually going to send in, and this is because your competitors are going to change and your customers are going to change. When you start selling through FBA, your competitors will only be other FBA sellers, not all other Amazon sellers. So because of this, your competitor pool is going to dramatically shrink. Therefore, you're going to have fewer competitors and make more sales. But you will have to price your items based on your competitors' prices. Now, you're also going to gain customers that you could not otherwise reach with shipping items on your own, and these are two very large groups of people that you're going to now have access to. First of all, you will get Super Saver shipping customers. These are people who are trying to order $25 or more with the Super Saver shipper logo on the items to get free shipping, or they just are trying to get free shipping on orders above $25 because it's cheaper to get free shipping. So they're going to be looking for products from sellers who are working through the FBA program. Only FBA products will qualify for Super Saver shipping. You're also going to get access to Prime customers. Prime is a program that Amazon buyers can purchase. It's about $80 a year, and they will receive free shipping on anything they order that has the Prime logo, and their items are expedited and shipped within 2 days. So you're going to get those people too. And since they've already paid a membership to get free shipping, they're going to be looking for products that have that Prime logo on them. So a point that many non-FBA sellers miss is that selling on FBA is the only way to reach these two groups of customers, and they make up a large part of Amazon buyers. So by doing the FBA program, you're going to dramatically increase your customer base. Also, after switching over to FBA, most sellers who track this information find that 75 to 80% of their sales are to these two groups of people. So you can see just by changing over to FBA, you're going to be seeing quite a dramatic increase in your sales. So these two factors working together, that your competitor pool is significantly reduced and your customer pool is significantly increased, will help you receive a dramatic increase in your sales in a very short period of time. So the first thing you need to do before packing up and shipping items in to FBA is to adjust your pricing. You will not receive shipping credits anymore, but you don't need them because Amazon is paying for your packing materials, your shipping, the labels, the labor to pick and pack the items from your storage area. So you don't get that shipping credit anymore, but you'll notice that FBA book prices are at least $3.99 higher than non-FBA prices because of this. So I'm going to show you an example of how to price your items based on your FBA competitors, and an example of an FBA sale I recently had that shows how much more you can get for an item just by being an FBA seller. Okay, here's a sale that I had back on December 24th. It was this book, Gettysburg, a novel of the Civil War. And I'm going to show you how much it sold for. You can see here that the book sold for $45.97. So the buyer actually paid for the shipping. I'll go into this in another video about the shipping credits that you get when the customer orders multiple items. But bottom line here is this book sold for $45.97. Now let's take a look at what it's selling for now on Amazon. Okay, here's the book. There's 9 new starting at $20, 42 used starting at $2.71. My book was in new condition. And you can see over here at this time there are no Super Saver shipping offers. When my book was up for sale, it was the only FBA offer for this book in either new or used condition. That That's exactly why I got $45 for it. You can see the list price here is only $24.95. So I got $20 more than the list price just because I was the only seller who had it and I was the only seller doing FBA who had it. So that's an example of how FBA can help you make more money. Okay, so let's say you're ready to convert over to FBA. You need to go through and reprice your items. So for example, let's say you have this book here, Daily Handwriting Practice. Yours is in used condition. So what you want to do is go check out the used books and look at what your competitors are doing. First thing I do is click right here on the free Super Saver shipping. That's going to pull up all your FBA competitors. And you can see you've got a bunch of people, well actually it's the same seller, offering this book at $8.99. And it looks like they're the only one with the item in used condition. So let's check out the prices in new condition and make sure the used ones aren't overpriced. Amazon is the only one who has it in new condition. So based on this information, I would price mine the same as this seller, not any lower, and I'll explain that in a minute. The same or a little bit higher based on the condition of yours. If your book is like new, you can ask a little bit more. They're going to pay a little bit more if it's in better condition than this lowest priced one. However, if your book is new and Amazon is the only other seller that has it, the strategy is to price yours a little bit lower than Amazon, maybe 25 to 50 cents. It'll sell fast. Doesn't matter if you outprice Amazon, they don't care. They're still making money off you being a seller, so that's fine. So the bottom line when repricing your items, look up the book and look at only other FBA sellers offering the same product. Don't try to be the lowest price seller. Many of these big Amazon sellers use repricing software, so you will be outpriced in a matter of minutes sometimes, and you're going to be in the second or third place anyway. So you can price yours the same as the lowest price or, a few cents above. Either way, your item's going to sell fast because it's an FBA item. If Amazon is the only other seller, then set your price slightly below Amazon. It'll still sell, and that's perfectly legal to do so on Amazon. Now, sometimes you'll run into a situation where you'll see a book that is just completely ridiculously overpriced. One time I had a book about playing online poker, and the list price of the book was $12.95. The only other Amazon seller had it listed at $400, and I knew that wasn't right. So you can go to this site here called bookfinder.com, and you can look up your book to see what it's selling for on other sites like half.com, A-Book, All Libris, Barnes & Noble, any other book selling site. And you can get an idea for how many are out there and what the going price is. So, don't assume that just because another seller on Amazon has their book priced at $100 that you're going to get that. We're not quite sure why they do that. It may be because the book is out of stock and they just bump up the price to keep the listing active so that when they get the book back in stock they can bring the price back down. Or maybe at one time they were the only one with the book online and they put that price on it and they've never gone back and repriced it. So this is your repricing strategy here. Go through these steps to reprice your items and then move on to actually shipping them in. Okay, once you have your items repriced for FBA, it's time to convert them to Fulfilled by Amazon from Fulfilled by Merchant. But before you can convert them, there's still a few things that you need to take care of first. I suggest that you start off with a small batch of items, maybe 10 to 20, just to get a feel for the process and understand how everything works. As you move along, of course, you're going to do more at a time, but the first time is a little confusing. I started my first batch with 300 items, and that was a huge mistake. It took me almost 7 hours to get everything sorted out. So just do a small batch, get that batch sent in, and you will continue to learn and get faster as you go along. Make sure that you have boxes to ship the items in. I'm going to go over that in another video, but you want to make sure you have everything on hand that you need to do this. Also, we will need Avery 5160 labels. These are 30 to a page labels. Avoid using the cheap or store brand labels. They will jam the printer, they're thin, they don't work as well, and they will peel off the books, which will be a nightmare for you later after your items are sent in. If there's no sticker on the book, Amazon can't scan it, you can't sell it. So just spend a little bit more getting the Avery labels, watch for them to go on sale at your office supply store, that type of thing. This is one time where it definitely pays to use the brand name. Okay, now to actually convert your inventory, you will need to log into your account. Go over here to your seller account, and then you want to, under manage your inventory, you want to go to view your current inventory. Now, these are by default sorted in the order that you listed them, so the most recent listings will be first. If you want to, you can resort them in any order that you want. Mine are already sorted in the order I need them, but you just start clicking off the ones that you want to convert and send into Amazon. Click all the ones that you want, and then you'll go up here and click Convert to Fulfilled by Amazon. Okay, so the next screen you get when you click Convert to Fulfilled by Amazon will look like this, and you get this note up here that says that your listings will become inactive because they're going to be in transit. You don't want them to be purchased because they're not in the system yet, so that's fine. They're going to be inactive until they're received at the fulfillment center and logged in. You also have a chance down here to remove any of these that you may have included by mistake. So this is just sort of a review of all the items you included that are going to be in that shipment. So you just go to the bottom here and click Convert and Send Inventory. The next screen will be about what you're allowed to send to FBA, and it's pretty self-explanatory here and pretty much just common sense. You just have to agree that you're not sending any of these items in to FBA. So go ahead and click Send Inventory. Now this is where you're telling them what's going to be in the shipment. Are they individual items, which most of yours will be if it's all just one of each item, like 50 books that you bought at a book sale, or case packed. Case packed is going to be all the same thing in the box. So in most cases it's going to be this individual items where everything's going to be different. Also confirm your address over here where you're shipping them from. Even though you're dropping them off at a UPS store for UPS to deliver in to the FBA center, you're still the party who's shipping it. So make sure that's correct. And then again, go down to the bottom of the page and click Continue. Okay, this is where it's going to have the date and the time where it says create a new shipment, because you are creating a shipment that's going to be sent in. It's going to be telling you over here where your shipment's going. Sometimes this changes. Mine used to be out of Kansas, but now it's changed to Pennsylvania. Not sure why, but that's okay. You can still track it, no problem. Click Save and Continue there. Okay, we have created a shipment and now we're going to work on it. So you're going to click Work on Shipment. Okay, so here's a list of everything that's going to be in the shipment, and you're going to start filling in how many units of each one. Most of the time it's just one, so you can just hit 1 and your tab key, 1 and your tab key all the way down the page until they're all filled in. Okay, so we have 31 items that are going to be shipped here, and you can mix your items. You can send books mixed with DVDs, CDs. It's okay to mix media items. You wouldn't want to mix like toys with books and CDs. Try to keep it the same type of item, whether it's media or non-media, but you can mix items. So click Save and Continue. And the next step is going to be to label your items, so we're going to do a separate video for that. So just move on to the next video when you're ready to print your labels. Okay, now we are ready to print the labels for your items to be sent into the FBA program. Okay, when you get to the page where you can print your labels, pay attention to this part over here. Print labels with page scaling set to none. I'm going to cover that in just a minute, but this is very important. A lot of people miss this, and your labels will not print out right. They will print across the creases if you don't set this right, and I have gone through many a page of labels wondering, what am I doing wrong? What's wrong with my printer? Did I buy the wrong labels? And I just didn't do this. So we'll get to that in a second. You can go down here and see your list of all the items in your shipment. You can resort them by the title or by the SKU number. I usually resort them by title. It just makes them easier to find when you're picking them out of the stack to put the label on them. So that helps it go a little faster if you put them in some kind of order. The number order really doesn't mean anything to me, but this way at least they're in order on the label page and you can find the books faster. Again, everything is filled in over here with the number 1 or however many of each item you have, and you will go down to the bottom here and click Print Item Labels, and you get a reminder here that says to cover existing barcodes on the books. We'll go over that in just a second, so click OK. Alright, now you get a pop-up box here that's going to have your labels on a PDF document. If you mess up and need to print them again, that's okay. It's just a PDF that you can save or whatever. It's not a one-time deal. So if you make a mistake, it's okay. You can reprint them. Now, this is where we're going to have the page scaling. It by default says fit to printer margins. You don't want that. You want it set to none. This is going to make sure that everything lines up on the page and your labels print out correctly. So just make sure that you change the page scaling to none. This is a very common mistake by people, and they get frustrated and lose hours of time trying to figure out why the labels aren't printing. So this is why. And you may want to just print this out on a plain sheet of paper your first time and hold it up next to a page of labels to make sure everything's all lined up correctly so you don't waste labels. If you're unsure about how this is going to print, you just click Print up here if you need to print it over again. Okay, so once your labels are printed, you need to put them on the books or media products. You do need to cover all the existing barcodes. This is because when your items arrive at the FBA center, they're going to be scanned in, and if there are other barcodes on there that may, well, it will confuse the scanning equipment and your item could be kicked out and it won't make it to your storage area. So you want to make sure that you cover all the existing barcodes with your labels that you've printed. Okay, so this just shows you what the label looks like, and it's put over the existing barcode on the book here. Now sometimes there are 2 barcodes on the book and you need to make sure both are covered up. Like in this example, there's 2 barcodes. Just put one of your printed labels over one of these codes and then just get a blank label and put it over the other one so that they're all covered up. That's perfectly fine to do. You just want to make sure that there's no errors on scanning your items in. So this is what it looks like when there's 2 barcodes. You just cover it up with a blank label. Just make sure, like on textbooks, you'll see a lot of additional barcodes, or if the book may have been sold through FBA one time already and it's got the sticker on there. Just make sure everything's covered up as far as the barcodes. Okay, so once you have your labels printed out and they're all affixed to your products, you can continue to the next part, which is packing, weighing, and labeling your shipping boxes. Okay, so the next step is to pack your books or media products into the boxes. I suggest using small or medium sized boxes, meaning maybe 12 by 12 by 8, just because books are heavy and you're going to have to pick these up and either, at least carry them to your front door if UPS is picking them up, or load them in your car and then take them into the UPS store to drop them off. So again, another mistake I made was packing the boxes too heavy and I couldn't even pick them up, had to repack them. So you'll figure this out as you go along. Just start off with small to medium boxes, not huge, big, gigantic boxes. You want to use sturdy boxes that are made for shipping heavy items. I get mine free from Sam's, Costco, Walmart, grocery stores. I just am always on the lookout for if somebody's stocking the shelves and it looks like it'd be a good box to ship books in. I just ask if I can have it, pick up 2 or 3. Then I always have them. Of course, you can always buy boxes on Amazon or eBay or from Uline, but the size boxes that you'll be needing for this are probably going to be $2 to $4, so that's going to get expensive if you're shipping a lot of items in, and it's not going to a customer, it's going to Amazon FBA. So it doesn't really matter if it's a recycled box. Just make sure the box still has some integrity left. It's not all crushed up and smashed, and it's a good sturdy box. If you are using boxes from grocery stores or other places where they've been used before, cover or mark out any UPC codes on the boxes. That just will prevent scanning errors, because there will be a label on top of this box that's going to be scanned in. So you can just mark that out with a black magic marker or with a white label, or somehow cover that up. Okay, and then you're going to place the packing slip on top of the items and seal the box, and I'll go over how to do that right now. Okay, this is the page you will get after you print your labels, and you're going to choose small parcel delivery, meaning that it's less than a truckload. So you want to choose that one. You then want to choose Amazon Partnered Carrier. This is what's going to get you that deeply discounted ground shipping. I can usually ship a box weighing around 30 pounds for $18 to $20. So it's very economical. That will come out of your it will show up on your transaction history. Amazon will debit your account once it arrives at the FBA center. They will debit your account for the amount it cost for you to ship that in. So just continue on. Okay, again, it's going to show your address up here and then where your shipment's going to go. Then you're going to enter the number of packing slips you need, which will be the number of boxes that you're shipping in this shipment. So just click however many you have and then print packing slips. You're going to get another document here. Okay, so here's a couple of boxes I have packed. You can see there's some extra space around here. You just want to fill that in with some kind of material. Don't use packing peanuts. That's going to be a mess when it gets there. Something like brown craft paper. Some people use plastic grocery store bags, just so the books don't shift all around and get beat up in transit is the point of that. So I just filled mine in with the brown craft paper and then just lay the packing slip right on top, and then you will seal the box. Okay, and your items are packed in the box. Your packing slip is on top of the items in the box. The box is sealed and you can continue on. Okay, then you want to enter the weight of each box rounded to the nearest pound and the dimensions Just enter those for each box you have, and then you get a cost estimate. This is going to tell you how much it's going to cost to send it in to Amazon using their discounted UPS rate. Okay, so my cost for shipping these two boxes is $15.39. You'll get a little box here that asks you to authorize the charges, so you have to click that. But then you have an entire day to avoid the charges if you want to change your shipment or do something different with that. Then you just continue to the next page. Okay, then you're going to print your box labels. This is what's going to go on the outside of the box for you to, when you drop it off at the UPS store or have it picked up, this is what's going to be on the outside of the box, shipping it in. So just print those out. You'll print one for each box, and they're labeled so that the dimensions and the weight are on this on the label. So if you've got several boxes, make sure the right label goes on the right box. Okay, so here are the packed and sealed boxes. Now you'll notice on this label, which you can just print on plain white paper and affix with clear tape. You don't want to spend money on full page labels to do this. That's going to get really expensive. Anyway, this part down here was just blank, so I cut that off. But you want to make sure on this section here, this is above the seam in the box. This is where they're going to slit it open to take out the contents. If this barcode is over that slit, then it's going to get cut and it's not going to get scanned in right. So just make sure. Okay, this is the completed box with the contents sealed. This is the label on the outside. You can just print these out on plain white paper. You do not need full sheet labels to do this. That's going to get really expensive. So if you're just starting out, or even if you just want to save money, use plain white paper with clear tape. You want to make sure that this barcode here on the right hand side of the label is not covering the seam on the box. This is where they're going to slit the box open to take out the contents. And this barcode can be destroyed that way. So just make sure that no barcodes are covering the seam here. That's really important when you're packing your boxes. Okay, you're just about finished here. You've printed your labels. Now you just continue and complete the shipment. You'll be taken to this final summary page where you can mark it as shipped. You can do that as soon as you drop it off at the UPS store or have it picked up, or you can void the charges if you decide you don't want to ship it in. So that's the last page right there, and you just mark as shipped. Okay, there's a few more videos you may be interested in: how to check your pending orders, understanding the fees and credits, looking at your transaction report, cleaning tips, and book sourcing ideas. Okay, once you've got your first order on its way to Amazon, you'll want to sign up for international shipping. Amazon will not ship internationally without your permission. So you want to make sure that you go through these steps to have this on your account, because international sales can be as much as 25% of your total sales, and you don't want to miss out on potential sales because you didn't sign up for international. Remember, there is no risk when shipping internationally because Amazon is going to handle all of the tracking. If the package gets lost, Amazon handles it. If it comes back undeliverable, it just goes back into your inventory. So there's no reason why you wouldn't want to sign up for international shipping. So the first thing you want to do is go to your selling manager. Under Manage Your Inventory, you will go to View Your Current Inventory, and then click Inventory Amazon Fulfills. And you may have to wait until your items actually show up in fulfillment where you actually have inventory there before this will show up for you. Once you click Inventory Amazon Fulfills, you will see this box over here that says international shipping. Um, since I've already signed up, mine's already done, but you can just click on there and it will tell you what to do. You basically have to upload a signature. It's just basically that the item is coming from you to the international customer. It takes about a minute to do, so you just want to make sure you go through this step to get international shipping on your listings. It's not automatic. You have to do it yourself through your selling manager to make that happen on your listings. Hi, this is Suzanne Wells, and I wanted to show you how to check your pending orders. When I sent my first shipment into FBA, I kept checking to see that everything was becoming available again. When you convert from your existing inventory to FBA, your items show up as unavailable until they're scanned in at the fulfillment center. So I noticed several of mine were not available, and I thought, oh great, they've lost it, what's going to happen, what's going on with this? And in a panic I called Amazon seller help and I asked them what was going on with that. So you just go into view your orders, and then you click on advanced search, and by default it's only going to look back at the last 3 days. So I like to look back a full week because usually there's some in there that have been in there that long. When an item is pending, that means that maybe a customer has put it in their cart and they haven't paid yet, they haven't checked out, or maybe their credit card has not been approved yet, their payment is pending, or in some cases, as soon as your shipment hits the fulfillment center and your items are being scanned in, you may have items that are a customer has put in a request to be notified when the item is available because they want to buy it. So your items can sell before they even hit your storage area in the fulfillment center, and that's a great thing. So you want to check here, orders fulfilled by Amazon, and then you want to make sure include pending orders is checked. So we're going to see how many are in there. I check this every couple of days. I usually have about 20 or 30 items in here, and this just shows you what is about to sell. So let's just go down here. You can just click on the product ID here to see what the item is. Like this one has sold, it was purchased on the 26th. Today is the 27th, so it should ship today. The price was $21.67. I got this book at a library book sale for 10 cents. So you can click on the product ID to actually see what it is. And so don't freak out if your items show up as unavailable. They're probably just in pending items. I've not had anything get lost yet, so that's usually what happens. And you can see what items are about to sell. Hi, this is Suzanne, and in this video I'm going to show you how to understand your Amazon FBA fees. So the first thing you need to do is go to your selling manager and look at your transaction report. Okay, so on this first item, the $8.47, that's the price that you put on the product and that the customer paid for the product. When you look over here at promotional rebates, you'll see $1.49 for this product and then another credit over here for $1.49. When it looks like this, the purchase was free Super Saver shipping. What they're doing here is the customer probably ordered more than one item, and this is the amount that was assigned to your product. So they're taking it out, but they're giving it back. These are your total Amazon fees here. And so let's go in here and look at the total breakdown of what that looks like. So you can see the product charge was $8.47. These are your fees down here. Shipping was $1.49, but down here they gave it back to you, so that's just a wash. Commission is, this is the 15% Amazon charges for their percentage fee. The fulfillment fee, this is the pick and pack where they go to your pallet and pick your items off of it and pack them. Weight-based fee, that's explained in the FBA fee schedule. Every book has a weight-based fee. The bigger, heavier ones are going to be more. And then this variable closing fee. This was actually a video, a DVD, so the closing fee on that was only 80 cents. So your transaction total down here is $5.82. So for this product, your amount that you're going to get credit for is $5.82. Now the next one here is a prime order. It shows promotional rebates as 0 and other as 0. And when it looks like that, it's a prime order. So let's go in here and look more closely at the breakdown. Okay, so the price on this item was $11.97. The commission, that's the 15% fee, is 80 cents. The Amazon fulfillment fee is 50 cents. Weight-based fee is 44, and then your closing fee of $1.35. So there's nothing weird going in or out regarding the shipping. They just zero that out on prime items. Okay, so the next item is going to be a regular purchase where it was not Super Saver shipping, it was not prime, and the customer just paid the $3.99 shipping allowance fee. So this is the product charge here. These would be the Amazon fees that came out, and what they're doing here is crediting you back that $3.99 because the customer actually paid it. So you can go in here and look at the exact breakdown of that. Okay, so there's the product price. Commission, again, that's the 15%. 50 cents for the fulfillment fee, the weight-based fee. They're debiting you here for the $3.99, but they give it right back to you here down at the bottom as a credit. So the transaction for this total is, for this product, is $7.10. So in this case, the $7.86 here is not your actual fees because you got a credit here of $3.99. So be sure to add that back in however you keep your records. So if you're new to FBA and you're wanting to track how many of your sales are Super Saver shipping versus Prime versus just regular orders, you'll be very interested to see how many of them are Super Saver shipping and Prime. When I first switched over, and still now, about 80% of my orders are Super Saver shipping and Prime, and those are customers I would not get any other way. You have to do FBA to get them. Also, they will pay a little bit more than if you're not doing FBA.
Welcome to the Selling on Amazon portion of the Proven Amazon course. You've made a great choice in investing in this class. My name is Chris Green and I'm the CEO of FBA Power. When Jim Cockrum asked me to be a part of this course, I immediately said yes. Like all of Jim's classes, he has built this one with the best and brightest team members, people who sell on Amazon every day and bring home full-time incomes doing so. I've been selling on Amazon since February 2008, and I wish a course like this was available when I first started. I've made plenty of mistakes and I've gone through quite the learning curve. This learning curve I would have gladly paid to skip. This course will enable you to skip that learning curve and start selling using the same strategies and methods that we use every day, as well as tips and tricks from other successful Amazon sellers. The information provided here is incredibly powerful, and much of this information is simply not available anywhere else. This is the first video in a two-part video series about selling on Amazon and using Amazon's fulfillment program called Fulfillment by Amazon, or FBA. This video covers selling on Amazon, setting up an account, seller guidelines, seller fees, and some comparisons between Amazon and eBay. Let's get started. Okay, first things first, if you want to sell on Amazon, you need to understand the rules of the Amazon marketplace. Amazon will keep track of all types of things like order cancellations, late shipments, feedback, refund rates, and if you do not meet these expectations and guidelines, you can be suspended and even permanently kicked off of Amazon. Amazon is crazy nuts about customer service. Amazon customers repeatedly come back because they trust Amazon and they want to buy from Amazon. And I'd say their policies have worked out pretty good. So where to start? Before creating an Amazon account, you can read their entire seller manual at amazon.com/sell. Now, why Amazon works. Amazon has a very loyal customer base. Their customer service is what brings customers back time and time again. They're even willing to spend more money and pay a higher price to get their items from Amazon than from another channel or market. The policies that they put in place for sellers are not meant to be restrictive. What they do is they keep sellers who only perform at the highest level selling on Amazon, and it keeps customers happy. More customers coming back means you'll be a successful seller on Amazon. Amazon sales trends, fourth quarter of 2010, sales were up 37%, and they had their first $10 billion quarter. Amazon will continue to grow, and the time to get in is now. Now, if you've sold online before, maybe on eBay or another site, you may be wondering if your products are a good match for Amazon. It's easiest to start selling on Amazon if the items that you sell are already listed. If you sell new items and items that you have multiple identical quantity of, you can list and sell them very easily. You just find the product pages, say sell yours here, add your quantity, price, and description, and your items are listed. Now, notes on listing items. When you list on Amazon, they need to be an exact match. The condition notes are only for condition. It's not for you to say some difference. It's close to this, but it's not really like this. An example can be a multiple CD set, and you say it's an acceptable condition because it's missing a disc. You can't do that. It's not the exact same product. If you list a computer, like say an old MacBook, you can't say, oh, it's in pretty good condition, but it doesn't have a battery. That doesn't count. Amazon has a buyer guarantee called our A to Z claims, and if a buyer opens one of these against you and they find out the description was not the exact product, then you will lose and the buyer will keep the item and you will not get a refund. Now, you may be starting to say that's not fair, how can Amazon do that? And that's a normal reaction from a seller, but as a buyer, it's great customer service, and it forces sellers to maintain a high standard in all their listings, to describe their items accurately, because it keeps the customers happy. Happy customers make for a thriving marketplace, and that's what Amazon has become. Now, is it hard to maintain Amazon standards? I've started this off with a little, not trying to be a scare tactic, but you need to know the rules before you get started. Amazon is not like eBay. You can't just play around and list and have bad descriptions and then it's not really a big deal. You need to learn the rules and follow the rules, and if you follow these rules, list your items, describe them well, ship on time, you'll be just fine. The seller accounts, there are two types of seller accounts on Amazon. There's an individual account and they have what's called a pro merchant account. An individual account is if you're only selling a few products and you expect to have 40 orders or less per month. An individual account does have a per product fee of 99 cents. The other type of selling account on Amazon is called a pro merchant account. This is for sellers who sell more than 40 items per month. If you follow the steps in this course, you'll be at this level very quickly. The pro merchant account also has access to additional tools and reports that you don't get on an individual account. Now, there is a monthly subscription fee of $39.95 for this type of account, so you have to decide which type of account you want to set up. So when making this decision, is actually a real simple calculation that you can use to decide which one's best. If you're going to sell less than 40 items, it makes a lot more sense to have an individual account, but if you sell 40 items or more, then a pro merchant account will actually pay for itself. If you sell 200 items a month, you're going to save almost $200 in fees by having a pro merchant account. So by spending 40 bucks, you're going to save 160 bucks. Now there are fees involved with selling on Amazon, like on any site. They have a commission, and their commission includes payment processing as well. So the fees for open categories are listed here, and they can be found on the Amazon website as well. And they range from 6%, 8%, going up to 15%. And again, this includes payment processing. And there are fees for gated categories as well. They range from 12% up to 20%. And if you compare this to eBay and take an example of tools and hardware at 12%, and eBay charges a final value fee of 9%, and then PayPal for about 3%. So you see the fees are actually no higher on Amazon than they would be on eBay. And one of my favorite points about Amazon, there's no such thing as a non-paying bidder on Amazon. Now you may be wondering what gated categories are. These are categories that require approval from Amazon for you to be able to sell in them. And Amazon does this because they want a consistent marketplace that their buyers trust. Also, in certain categories, they have different picture requirements or item requirements or just additional complicated things with the items that they want to be sure the sellers understand before they list, so that the customers have a good experience when they buy. And one thing that comes up every year is the toys and games category. Amazon does not allow new merchants in the fourth quarter because of the big boost in sales. It can be an opportunity for people to come in, and if they're a fraudulent seller just looking to make a quick buck on the surge in sales, Amazon's not going to allow that. So if you want to sell in toys in the fourth quarter, start selling now, establish yourself. And one thing that they will overlook is if you are an FBA seller, they will automatically approve you. So more on FBA in the second video. Now more about the fees. Amazon allows you to set your own shipping. You can charge by the pound or by the order. For most items, book and media sellers collect a fixed shipping fee for their items. Books are $3.99 and media items such as DVDs and CDs are $2.98. Amazon will put all your payments in your account, and they'll send you a direct deposit to your bank account every 2 weeks. You can also request a disbursement at any time. Now you finally sold something, and now what do? You'll get an email notifying you of the sale. You can go in and print your packing slip, prepare your shipment. They give you the opportunity to enter tracking information that will be sent to the buyer. You confirm the shipment, and you're done. eBay versus Amazon. I come from an eBay background, and I still do sell some items on eBay, but the vast majority of my business is on Amazon. I sold on eBay starting in 1999 and built up 2 accounts with over 30,000 positive feedback, both at 100%. It was a good ride, but after making the switch to Amazon in 2008, I can only say that I wish I'd tried Amazon sooner. eBay does have their strengths. They do have auction listings that Amazon does not. They are a good collectibles market for one-of-a-kind types of items, and anyone can create any listing at any time. eBay does have their weaknesses. They always seem to be redefining themselves, and they have variable fees, including listing fees, which Amazon does not have. They are very competitive on price, and these lower prices can lead to lower margins. And their search results, while they try to keep improving with the best match, they are constantly inconsistent. Amazon's strengths: it is very easy to list on Amazon. If the product listing exists, you can be listed in a few clicks. They have a flat commission. There's no listing fees, and you get better prices from better customers because it's more of a professional marketplace. The Fulfillment by Amazon program is one of the best strengths of Amazon, and that's covered in the second video in this series. Amazon does have their weaknesses. It is hard to list one-of-a-kind items. It's not the best collectibles marketplace, and there are no auction type listings. Now when I compare eBay to Amazon and try to explain it, I try to use this analogy of throwing a net to catch some sales. If you have listing fees such on eBay, even if they are very low, you have to take them into account. It'll limit the size of the net that you can throw. You have to catch enough sales each time you throw your net to justify throwing it, or else it's going to cost you money. When you're on Amazon, there are no listing fees. You can throw as big of a net as you want. The cost of throwing your net is zero, so you don't have to catch a lot every time you throw it. You just need to keep throwing your net, and you want to throw as big a net as possible. Now, the differences in listings between eBay and Amazon. For an item on eBay, you're going to have 50 sellers, 50 items, 50 different listings. On Amazon, for that one product, you're going to have 50 sellers, 50 items, but only under one listing. And the winner is Amazon. It's easy to find what you want. You don't have inconsistent listings where everything is just jumbled together and it's hard to search. So here's an example. I searched for Qzx909 which is an 18-volt DeWalt battery that we used to sell. And the search brings back 726 results. You have multiple sellers in here with identical items listed, and they're all just going to be jumbled together. If you go on Amazon, you're going to get 58 results, and you can see the top 4 here. One is for a single battery, one is for a double pack, one is for 2 with a charger, and the 4th one is for a 5-pack of the same battery. It's much easier to find what you're looking for without going through a jumbled mess of results. And when you click on the merchant offers, you'll see that they are all sorted by price, and this is the net price, the price plus shipping. Now, regarding feedback on eBay and Amazon, feedback on eBay is very common. On Amazon, it's a lot less common. You might get 5 to 10% of your Amazon buyers actually leaving you feedback. And Amazon is a 1 to 5 scale. It's not just a positive or negative system like on eBay. Maintaining 100% positive on Amazon is going to be more difficult than it is on eBay. And if you're maintaining about 98% on Amazon, you can equate that to being 100% on eBay. Now, a summary of eBay versus Amazon. The customer base is very different. Amazon customers are very loyal and they want to buy from Amazon. Where an eBay customer, they are always looking for the best price and they will shop around just to save $1. Prices on Amazon should always be higher than on eBay. You want to be able to differentiate yourself when you sell on Amazon. If you see a product page and you see that everybody's listed there, you can see all the prices, you're going to think the buyer's just going to buy the lowest priced item. And that's a common way to think, but it's simply not true. There are a lot of ways you can differentiate yourself on Amazon and command a higher price, and the buyer is not just going to buy the lowest priced item. Ways you can do this are feedback. You can have a higher feedback rating than your competition, and there are buyers who will look at that when they buy, and they're going to want to buy from someone with a better feedback rating. If you have a good description where you go into detail and accurately describe your item rather than a generic description, that's going to inspire more confidence, and the buyer may choose you over a different buyer even at a lower price. You can offer a better return policy, and if you keep your seller metrics up by shipping on time and having happy customers, Amazon can give you featured merchant status, which will put you at the top of the list even if you aren't the lowest price. And the biggest one is FBA, and again, that's in the second video. Now, creating listings, you're able to create your own listings on Amazon, but you are restricted to list in the everything else category. It's going to be harder for buyers to find your items when searching because they're not going to be categorized with other like products. You are able to add products to the Amazon catalog if they don't exist. If the product you have has a UPC code that is not on Amazon, you can create the listing for it. You will go to a page where you'll enter the product description, the title, the UPC. If that UPC is on Amazon, they will bring you to that listing where you can verify and you can sell your item under that page. You may say the products I want to sell don't have a UPC and I don't want to sell in the everything else category. This is one of the biggest secrets on Amazon that a lot of people don't realize how powerful this is when you can be the first one to list an item that's not on Amazon. The Amazon buyer, I've said this earlier in the presentation, they want to buy from Amazon. They will pay more to get it from Amazon. Even if they could just go down the street and buy it at their local store, they want to buy it from Amazon, get it delivered to their door, and they'll pay a higher price to get this. So if you find an item that's not on Amazon, it represents an opportunity. And even if it doesn't have a UPC, here's the secret. You can buy a UPC. There are many sites out there, they sell UPCs. You can buy them one at a time, although you do get a discount if you buy them in bulk. And that UPC you can assign to any product, even a product that you make. If you can make multiple items in identical condition, you can list them on Amazon using this UPC that you buy. Once your product is listed with this UPC, you do have the possibility of another seller piggybacking, or I would call it leeching, off your newly created listing. Because if it's on Amazon and another seller has the exact same item, they can list on that page. If you break down the costs, if you have a UPC costs you $20 and you sell 200 items, then that's only 10 cents per item. And if you sell out, you want to use that UPC for something else, you can change the Amazon listing to something new. It's your UPC and you can assign it to whatever you want. So there you have it. That's how you get started selling on Amazon with a lot of the secrets that we use every day. Be sure to watch the second video in this series covering fulfillment by Amazon. You can email us at info@fbapower.com or post questions in the MST Amazon forum. Talk to you soon. Welcome to the Proven Amazon course Part 2, Fulfillment by Amazon, or FBA. By now you should have already watched the first video about selling on Amazon. Even for current Amazon sellers, the first presentation contained a lot of valuable information, such as how to create new listings by purchasing a UPC to assign to your own products, and how to differentiate yourself as a seller so that you are not forced to compete solely on price. Jim and I wanted to break this course down into 2 videos so that no one is overwhelmed with new information. If you have never sold on Amazon before, making the jump directly into FBA can be a big step. That's what this course is for, to help you with that step. FBA is a powerful tool that you can use, but you don't have to use it to sell on Amazon. This video will explain how it works, how to use it, and how FBA can transform your online business literally overnight. There's a lot of information here, so if I go too fast, just pause the video and read the slides. As mentioned in the first video, my name is Chris Green and I'm the CEO of FBA Power. I've been selling online since 1999, selling on Amazon since February 2008, and using FBA since June of 2008. I sell power tools, toys, books, and media items such as CDs and DVDs, all using FBA. I sell primarily on Amazon, but will also list items on eBay and fulfill those orders with FBA inventory. I'll explain exactly how to do this later in the video. This video will show you the exact same methods and strategies that I use daily to sell products using FBA. Be sure to read the exclusive Proven Amazon course article titled Understanding the Amazon Customer. This will shed a lot of light on why FBA works so well. Let's get started. With Fulfillment by Amazon, we're going to show you how to lower your costs. When you have reduced shipping costs, you'll be able to increase your margins. You'll position yourself as a premium seller, which will allow you to charge a higher price, again increasing your margins. You're going to be able to work smarter, not harder. You're going to be able to outsource a lot of the stuff like picking, packing, and shipping, give you your time back to focus on the most profitable parts of your business, and your customers are going to be happy because they're going to get their items delivered 2 to 3 times faster. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to watch a tour of an FBA fulfillment warehouse. Check this out.
People are asking, what is fulfillment by Amazon, or as we refer to it as, FBA? Amazon.com processes millions of orders a year and is consistently ranked among the top e-commerce companies in terms of trust and customer satisfaction ratings. To maintain and grow this level of satisfaction and trust, we have developed one of the most advanced online order processing and fulfillment operations in the world. We now extend this expertise to merchants' products purchased on Amazon.com, their own websites, or other online or offline marketing channels. What does Fulfillment by Amazon look like? Let's take a closer look inside this innovative service that is changing how merchants provide an Amazon level of customer service for the online shopper. The merchant sends inventory directly to Amazon where it is stored. Merchants have real-time access to their inventory through the Amazon online interface called Seller Central, where they create their shipment to Amazon with tracking information using small parcel delivery or sending in high-volume shipments, less than truckload, LTL, or full truckload, FTL deliveries. Inventory is cataloged and stored in an Amazon ready-to-ship facility. All fulfillment centers in the Amazon Fulfillment Network are secure, climate-controlled facilities with highly automated pick, pack, and ship processes to facilitate the safe and timely processing of merchant orders. Features include 24-hour security, fully automated wireless and computer networked order tracking, and secure cage storage for high-value units. When the merchant shipment arrives, the package label is scanned. The inventory unpacked and all item labels are scanned. The dimensions and weight are recorded and the units are placed in storage. Each unit is scanned and measured to 1/10 of an inch and weighed to 1/16 of a pound. At the end of each day, a combined total of their entire inventory in the fulfillment network is recorded. Amazon can process inventory quickly, generally making it available to ship to the customer within hours of receipt on our dock at the fulfillment center. Products are now available for purchase. Customers can shop for the merchant's products on Amazon.com, the merchant's own website, or other sales channels. On Amazon.com, each listing will show that it is fulfilled by Amazon, so customers can be confident they will get what they ordered when they order it. On Amazon.com, Fulfillment by Amazon products may be eligible for free and discounted shipping promotions. In most cases, customers can combine these items with other products sold or fulfilled by Amazon, and may even qualify for free Super Saver shipping. Subscribers to Amazon's Prime program will see free or reduced shipping. Amazon processes millions of orders for millions of customers with accuracy and efficiency. The merchant has the option to use Fulfillment by Amazon to fulfill products purchased on Amazon.com, their own websites, or other online or offline marketing channels. When products are fulfilled using Fulfillment by Amazon, we process merchant orders using the same pick, pack, and ship system used for all Amazon.com orders. When orders are received for the merchant's products on Amazon.com, they are automatically relayed to Amazon fulfillment centers for shipment. When orders are placed on their own website or other sales channel, the merchant sends an order fulfillment report via our online Seller Central user interface. FBA will professionally pick the item from the merchant's inventory, pack the item with appropriate packing material, and ship the product directly to the customer. And remember, for products listed on Amazon.com by the merchant and fulfilled through FBA, customers may be able to take advantage of offers such as free Super Saver shipping, Prime shipping, 24/7 Amazon customer service, and one-day shipping with delivery date messaging, so the customer will know when to expect their item. The fulfillment service even includes the option to have products gift wrapped. Fulfillment by Amazon ships the package to your customer, and all packages are inspected at the time of packing. Orders are delivered directly to the carrier of choice, and shipment information is recorded in our system with tracking numbers and updated order status. Amazon provides your customers with the tracking information, customer service, and return service for all your orders on Amazon.com.
I save several hours a day now that I don't have to pick, pack, and ship my products. And I can limit my office hours because returns are processed directly with Amazon, and customer service questions can be answered by Amazon customer service reps.
Sales volume increased on average 40% to 65% for each product we listed on Amazon.com for fulfillment with FBA. With Amazon handling customer service questions, we can focus more on sourcing and sales of our products.
It just makes sense. It's a lot easier to send one box of 50 items to Amazon than 50 boxes to individual buyers.
FBA has allowed us to increase sales tremendously without adding any employees or warehouse space. The package has arrived at its destination. And that ends our quick tour. Thank you for watching. If you'd like more information, please visit our website, fba.amazon.com.
Well, that video impresses me every time I see it. I have no idea how it works, how they keep track of everything. I'm just glad they let us use it. Oh, getting back to the presentation, if you've been selling online for any amount of time, you've probably run into one of the two limitations that all online sellers run into. And the first one is time. And you can only list, sell, pack, and ship so many items in a day before you simply run out of time and you can't ship any more items. And if you all of a sudden had 500 orders in a day, could you ship that many products? Is there enough time in a day to pack 500 orders? The second limitation is space. You can only store so much stuff. If all of a sudden you were getting 500 orders a day, do you have the room or the space to store enough product to support that kind of ordering? The solution is FBA. FBA will remove both of these barriers. While Amazon is storing all of your products, you basically have virtually unlimited storage space. And with Amazon shipping your orders, they can ship every order that comes in, even thousands of orders a day. Using FBA will allow you to instantly compete with anyone. Even as a new seller, you're competing with the big established sellers who have all the overhead, the labor, the warehouses. You don't have to invest in any of that. You can be a small seller with a studio apartment and you're instantly competing with them in terms of costs. Now, a little background on what a fulfillment company is. Fulfillment companies have been around for a long time, and they're just companies who will store many different products for different companies, and they will take orders and they will send them out, and they'll use their bulk shipping discounts so that the companies can focus on selling products rather than having a shipping company. They just basically outsource their shipping company. So FBA is a fulfillment service, but what makes it work is that Amazon is also the marketplace. So Amazon's items are all eligible for the free Super Saver shipping, the Prime discounts, the free 2-day shipping, the $3.99 overnight shipping, and all of the items that you send into FBA are eligible for these same shipping promotions. This is what makes FBA so powerful. FBA items are more appealing to Amazon's best customers. FBA can be described as a triple win. The first win is you are able to charge higher prices, so you get higher margins and higher payouts. The second win is that you do less work because you only have to pack your items once. You can pack 50 items in one box, send in one box, and then you're done, instead of sending in 50 different shipments. And the third win is you get happier customers. Okay, so the first win, Amazon FBA items are eligible for all of the free shipping programs. So when you price your items, you will raise your price to match the competitor's total net price of price plus shipping. So even though you have additional FBA fees, storage, picking, and packing, because you're charging a higher price, your net payout will actually be higher. And here's an example. If there's a seller who sells an item for $10 and they're charging $3.99 shipping, if you're an FBA seller and you want to match that price, you would sell that same item for $13.99. You'll match the exact same price, but because you're FBA, you'll actually get the tiebreaker and you'll show up first on the offers page. You can look at this example with penny books. A merchant fulfilled penny book of 1 cent plus $3.99 shipping is a $4 book. An FBA seller is going to sell that same item for $4. And even if there are hundreds of penny sellers and you're the only FBA seller, you will be the first offer. On the next slide, we'll see an example. Two sellers have the exact same price, but the FBA seller gets a better placement. And Amazon even lets buyers sort just looking for items that are eligible for free Super Saver shipping. They won't even see merchant fulfilled offers. You can see this item is selling for $6.98. It's eligible for free Super Saver shipping on orders over $25, and they are the #1 placement. The second placement is the same net price, $2.69 plus $4.29 shipping. So Amazon is going to give FBA sellers premium placement based on price. Win number 2 is less work. FBA sellers can sell their items 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and Amazon's going to ship those orders out all day, every day, night and day, weekends. If they're shipping that day, the orders go out. You don't have to do anything. You can stay at home working on the more profitable parts of your business, or you can be on vacation. The orders are still going to go out. You can monitor your inventory levels from your computer. You can adjust prices anywhere that you have an internet connection. You no longer have to stock boxes or envelopes. You may have to stock big boxes to send in your products in bulk, but you don't have to pack boxes every day or keep multiple box sizes on hand for different size shipments. You don't have to wait for a UPS driver. You don't have to go to the post office. Your orders just ship out automatically every day. The win number 3 is happier customers. It is estimated that almost half of all Amazon buyers have never bought from a third-party merchant who doesn't use FBA. You're basically doubling your customer base by using FBA. Amazon customers trust Amazon. They know that their items will ship quickly. They know there's good customer service if there's ever a problem. And FBA items attract these types of buyers who are good buyers. They know what they want and they want to buy it through Amazon. They're even willing to pay more than just the lowest price. They trust Amazon. Amazon's customer service policies have built a loyal customer base, and now with FBA you're able to tap into that customer base on day one. So how do I get my items to FBA? Items sent to FBA require special FBA labels. This isn't the rule for every item. There are items that don't require FBA labels that will be commingled, and you can get more details on that from the Amazon website. Most items you're going to send in are going to require FBA labels, and it's just a special barcode so that Amazon can identify that as your product tied to your account. When you put an FBA label on, you have to cover up any existing UPCs, because Amazon's just going to scan the UPC or the FBA label, and that's what that item is. When you send your items in, you send in multiple boxes. The bigger shipment you do, the better rates you're going to get, and you do get to use Amazon's UPS rates for inbound shipping, which are basically the lowest in the world. Now, there are some downsides to FBA. You do lose control of your order processing. You are trusting Amazon to store and package your items properly. You're handing over customer service to Amazon, so if Amazon ever wants to offer a return, they do have a generous return policy to keep their customer service high. And there is the possibility of loss or damage to your products. UPS, in theory, could lose your shipment. Amazon could damage your shipment in the warehouse. It is possible. They do compensate sellers for any items that they damage. And as long as you price your items properly, as a big picture of your business, you're compensating for all of these risks. FBA fees, these are for items that are sold on Amazon. You have 3 different fees. You have an order handling fee, a pick and pack fee, and a weight handling fee. Now, the Amazon commission includes payment processing, and the commission varies from 6%, 15%, some categories are even 20%. Your inbound shipping fee is going to vary depending on where you live in relation to the FBA warehouse that you're sending your products to. Different types of products go to different warehouses based on the type of product. Even regional demand can affect where your items are sent in. And you do have monthly storage fees, 45 cents per cubic foot. It does go up to 60 cents per cubic foot in the fourth quarter. The FBA storage fees can be broken down. The first 60 days are free, and Amazon calculates the volume of your items to the 1/100th of a cubic foot. And here's an example of some storage fees. A small box, 6-inch by 4-inch by 3-inch, it can stay at Amazon for an entire year for 63 cents. Now you can send in as many products as you want, and if you manage your FBA storage fees, you get 60 days free. If you only send in 60-day supply and replenish your items, you'll actually never pay any FBA storage fees. An example for books, a small half-pound book is going to be about a penny a month. So the storage fees are very, very low. That book could sit at Amazon for over 8 years for under $1. If you're worried about storage fees and they're cutting into the margins of your products, then you probably want to search for products that have higher margins. So we've quickly covered using FBA to sell items on Amazon. It's pretty straightforward. You list your items, send them to FBA, and Amazon does the rest. Your items sell, orders go out, and you get paid. This next section is very powerful, and many FBA sellers don't even know that you can use FBA this way. I'm going to show you how to use FBA to fulfill orders that you get from other sales channels, such as your own website or eBay. You can do this with lower costs than what is currently costing you to do this yourself. You'll increase your margins and reduce your workload. This always sounds impossible when I first explain it. More money and less work don't usually go together. Stick with me here, and I'll show you real-world examples of products I have sold using this method. How to leverage FBA by selling on other sales channels. When you use FBA, you can ship 2-day air for less than the cost of UPS ground. You can even do this by shipping to Hawaii and Alaska, and this allows you to spend more time sourcing products and doing the things that you want to do, whether it's playing with your kids or just working on the most profitable parts of your business. This is called multi-channel fulfillment, because FBA is not just for Amazon sales. You're basically using FBA to outsource the entire shipping process, the storage, picking, packing, labeling, shipping, everything that you're doing now to ship orders, you're letting Amazon do for you. One way to describe multi-channel fulfillment is to compare it to drop shipping, but it certainly is not drop shipping. These are your products that you own, that you are in control of, and you decide where they list, and you control the inventory levels. Now, there are fees for using multi-channel fulfillment. They're similar to the FBA fees for Amazon sales, but there is no commission because Amazon didn't make the sale. They do have a pick and pack fee, a shipping method fee, and a shipping weight fee. You still get the same inbound shipping rates to send your items in, and the same monthly storage fees apply. It's the same type of Amazon inventory. You're just selling it on a different channel and using a different method to fulfill the order. Now, here's where the magic happens. Imagine your UPS account rep comes into your business and says, hey, you now get Amazon rates. Even though you only send a few packages a week, you're getting the best rates on the planet. So your shipping costs drop drastically. You're able to send the same product 2-day air that was costing you the same amount to ship ground. So you're offering a better service for the same price. You use this advantage in two different ways. If you're using UPS 2-day air for the same price, you're now offering more than your competition at the same price. So they can buy from your competitor for $100 but get slow shipping, or the same price from you and get fast shipping, and you're going to take away so many sales from your competition. The other way you can use this is to raise your price, and this is the method that we use more often. We raise our price and position ourselves as a premium seller. You're getting premium shipping, you're getting your items fast, and you're paying a little more for it. So it's a snowball effect because our margins are now higher because our costs are still the same, we just increased price. So I've got a real world example here that I can show you as a comparison, and we're going to compare us using FBA, listing from wherever we want once our items are in FBA inventory, to someone who has to be at home, list their products, and be there to ship the order when it sells. Here's a competition of mine. This is a product that I used to sell, a rigid 24-volt battery. They've got their listing fees, their final value fees. They have to have their own shipping materials, boxes, paper, tape, labels. And shipping estimates from Orlando to Seattle is $9.52 if they have a UPS account with daily rates. And if they're just printing their labels off of UPS.com, they're paying over $13. And 8 days in transit from Orlando to Seattle to go all the way across the country. You're going to even catch a weekend. It's going to take forever to ship. Here's my listing. I charge more for this item, but I offer free 2-day shipping, so I still have my eBay fees, which are a little higher because I charge a higher price. I'm going to have a higher final value fee because of that price, and the PayPal fees. My total shipped by FBA basic fulfillment or multi-channel fulfillment cost is about $10.15. If it ships on Monday, it's going to be delivered on Wednesday, 2 days in transit. The customer is receiving the value of free 2-day shipping, which on the UPS website is a value of $25 to $32. This is why I charge a higher price, because I'm offering more. We offer a lot more to our customers. This free 2-day shipping is something that customers can understand. We don't get every sale because some customers are very price sensitive and they don't need their items fast, but we're marketing ourselves to customers who do want their items fast, so we may not get as many sales, but the margins on our items are sky high. And we can use eBay's Get It Fast option since we are offering 2-day shipping and even an overnight upgrade for only $9.95. So here's an example of how you would do it. Here's an eBay order page for the item that I sold. $119, and they get free 2-day shipping. And here's the fee printout from that item. You can see the per order fulfillment fee of $7.75, a per unit fee of 75 cents, transportation fee of $1.65. The total transaction, $10.15. This includes the picking, the packing, the box, the tape, the labels, and this is all done the same day that I placed the order with Amazon. I can even order as late as 4:30 and the item is going to ship the same day. So how to process a multi-channel fulfillment order. I'll show you the steps in your Amazon that you would take, and I'm going to show you the prices for ground, 2-day air, and overnight options. So you go to your Amazon account, you view your inventory, and you go to the inventory that Amazon fulfills. You choose your item, and from the drop-down box you choose Create Fulfillment Order. You put in your customer's address, and you can add items to this order. You can ship multiple items of the same kind, or you can go back to your inventory and add additional items. And then you're going to select the shipping speed, and it's going to give you delivery dates as well as the cost for the total shipment. So a standard shipping, which is going to be UPS ground or FedEx ground for this item, is $6.85. 2-day shipping, the entire process, for $10.15. And you can even do it overnight for $20. And this is on an item that weighs almost 3 pounds. So you can see why we like to offer the 2-day shipping, because it's not much more than the ground shipping, but it's such an extra value that the customer sees. They say, wow, I get it in 2 days, I'll pay more for that, and it doesn't cost us any more. So we're able to ship 2-day for $10, where our competition is spending anywhere up to $13, and on top of that, doing all the work, having to be there to ship the orders, and it takes a lot longer for the customer to get the product. So it's such a win-win-win to do this. So here's a fee breakdown where you can see estimates of our competition on the high end and on the low end, where they have a daily rate account with UPS or they're using published rates, versus the entire fees that we have using Amazon multi-channel fulfillment. The numbers to take away from this are the margin. We're making increased margin, not just dollars, also percentage, based on a hypothetical cost of $50 on this item. A lower cost is going to make those margins go even higher. But you can do this with any product. You'll increase your margins by positioning yourself this way. So I compare these two, but it's not even an equal comparison. We're making more money on each sale. Our margins are higher, but our customers get their items even faster. So it's such a win-win-win. Our competition is not even offering the same service for a lower price or a different price. They're offering slow shipping, where ours get free shipping and free fast shipping, while we make higher margins on each item. This is very powerful. We can even use this to ship to Hawaii and Alaska, which is a big deterrent for a lot of people to offer the get it fast option on eBay, because the Alaska and Hawaii buyers cost a lot more to ship to. FBA orders often ship the same day. We can place a multi-channel fulfillment order as late as 4:30 p.m. and maybe even later. I just haven't kept track. And they ship the same day. So you can get an order 4:30 on a Monday and have it delivered to them on Tuesday for $20. Well, you're not even in your own warehouse packing your own items. You just have to have a computer, an internet connection, and you place that order and it goes to your customer. Your customers are going to be thrilled. You can be out of town. You can do it from anywhere. It's incredibly powerful stuff. And in Amazon will even use FedEx ground, which will deliver on Saturday. So even a Friday order will be delivered on Saturday. They'll have their item in a matter of hours. It's incredibly powerful stuff. So this isn't just for eBay sales. You can sell any channel you want. You can even list on Craigslist. You have your own website, half.com. eBay is the big one that a lot of people use. It's just that easy. Get the sale and you can ship your product. You can even ship it to a friend of yours or a family member who wants a copy of a book that you have. A small book is going to cost you $2.95 for the entire fulfillment process. So you're able to outsource your entire warehouse. You don't need employees. You don't need a warehouse. You don't need to stock different size boxes. You can run the entire thing. You can run a complete empire from a small studio apartment. And even when you're on vacation, you can still monitor. You can change prices. You can list on other channels. You can set up a lot of automation. You're basically outsourcing all of this stuff so you just focus on the most profitable parts of your business. Well, it's really just that easy. Once you get your inventory to an Amazon FBA warehouse, the possibilities really are endless. Your items will be selling all day, every day of the year, and you never have to put your business on hold while you're out of town or if you're on vacation. It really is true to have less work, higher margins, and happier customers. There are a lot of things you can do, and here are some things that you can do what I would call advanced FBA, because there really are endless possibilities. You can do direct FBA shipping. There's no need to have your items shipped to you just so that you can then ship them to Amazon. You can negotiate with vendors or wholesalers and have them ship your product directly to an FBA warehouse. You're going to reduce your costs even further, allowing you to increase your margins. And when you do this, you'll be able to sell a lot of different products that you couldn't sell before because the margins weren't high enough. All they have to do is be labeled properly, and some items don't even need an FBA label. You can print them and mail them. You can email them. They can print them out themselves. And all you do is change your ship from address in your Amazon account, and they're going to be directed to the closest FBA warehouse. International FBA. FBA is not just in the US. FBA is in US, UK, Germany, France, Japan, and it should be coming soon to Canada and China as well. You can open seller accounts in any country as long as you have a bank account, and Amazon even promotes doing this. And some items that you may have access to may not be good to sell in the US, but they may be great sellers in the UK or Japan, and you can send those products to any FBA warehouse. All you have to do is do the paperwork properly. That's just a few examples. There's so many other things that you could do. FBA is still in its infancy. It's only been around for about 4 years. This is how we're using FBA this year, and by next year I'm sure we'll be using it in new and exciting ways. So that was a lot of information to cover. Feel free to watch the video again. I know it's a lot to take in, and it's a fairly new type of business to get into. The possibilities really are endless. You can leverage FBA in many different ways. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@fbapower.com, and be sure to check out the MST forums as well. Thanks for watching. Welcome, my name is Chris Green and I'm the CEO of FBA Power. In this video, I'm going to show you how to source products at retail stores using FBA Scout to sell on Amazon using FBA. By now, you should have already read the exclusive Proven Amazon course article titled Understanding the Amazon Customer. Reading this first will help you understand some of the dynamics explained later on in this video. This video is not about books and media. It's not because books and media items aren't profitable, but because there's already plenty of sources for information on buying books and media items from thrift stores and library sales. By now you should have already read Nathan Holmquist's book that is part of this course. Another good website to read is Sell Your Books Online, designed by Adam Bertram. Adam shares a lot of good information there related to buying and selling books. But isn't scouting about books? Well, it was, and here's why. Books were easy. They were easy to find, and they were easy to find cheap. They were easy to analyze because they all had barcodes and ISBN numbers. They were easy to store because they were small, and they were easy to list because of Amazon. And when you got the order, they were easy to ship because you could ship them all media mail. Enter FBA Scout in FBA. When you use FBA Scout, you have access to the most powerful pricing information available. FBA Scout lets you see the prices for all items, not just books and media. When you use FBA, you have virtually unlimited storage space. There is no need to restrict yourself to a small portion of the Amazon catalog. Every store has opportunities. FBA Scout works great at book sales and thrift stores, but you are no longer limited to just these types of venues to source products. This video will show you how you can find items that are sold at your local retailers every day that can be sold online for a nice and easy profit. Let's compare used books to retail. Think of it this way. You have your Scout, you drive to a thrift store, poke around, scan some items, and you find a book that'll give you $20 profit. You buy that book, one book. Now in the same amount of time that it took you to go out and find that one book, you could have found one product from any number of retail stores that would yield the same $20 profit. But here's the kicker. You put 16 items in your cart. 16 times more profit for the same amount of work. Live in a big city? Go to another store and buy the same item again. Sell out on Amazon? Go buy more and replenish. It is the ultimate arbitrage tool. Arbitrage is one of those fancy $5 words that we throw around. The definition of arbitrage is this: Arbitrage is the practice of taking advantage of a price difference between two or more markets, striking a combination of matching deals that capitalize upon the imbalance, the profit being the difference between the market prices. This is basically what you're doing, retail arbitrage. You're looking for these imbalances, and the tools available to you today are incredibly powerful to find these imbalances efficiently and capitalize on them. Using FBA Scout is like putting on special goggles that will let you see each and every market inefficiency. Some products will have green dollar signs floating on top of them, signaling a good buy, where the price is much less in the store than online. Some items will have red dollar signs signaling a bad buy. Although much less online, it may be a better place to buy if you need that item. You want to look for the biggest green dollar signs. Don't think of yourself as a book scouter anymore. With FBA Scout, you're an anything that is profitable scouter. Don't discriminate. The only requirement is that the item is profitable. Here are some real-world examples of items that I bought using FBA Scout and sold using FBA. In 3 hours of work on a Saturday afternoon, I made almost $2,000 profit. Dippin' Dots Frozen Dot Maker. Low price of $89.95 at the time of scan. I bought 49 of them from 3 stores. This store was Big Lots. The cost was $21.88 each. I listed them for $64.99. In 8 days, I sold all 49 units. FBA payouts of $50.44. Profit per unit, $28.56 for a total profit of almost $1,400. Tyco RC Stunt Psycho Vehicle. Low price of $59.95 at time of scan. I bought 18 of them from 3 stores, again Big Lots. Cost $17.50 each, and listed them for $59.95. Sold 18 of them in 5 days. FBA payouts of $47.83. Profit per unit $30.20. Total profit over $500. The summary, I spent almost $1,400. I turned it into $3,300. Total profit on both these items almost $2,000, and this is just 2 products. Scouting at retail. To do this effectively, you really need to be using FBA Scout. I say this not because it's our product, but because FBA Scout is the only scouting service with FBA offers. And because FBA Scout is a live scouting service, you can check the prices for any item in the Amazon catalog, not just a small portion that is stored on a memory card. You'll even be able to tell if an item is not in the Amazon catalog. More on this later. Here's the important part. I want to teach you how to scout, how to use arbitrage, how to use the information available to you to lower your risk as much as possible and to make the best buying decisions. It's something that you'll get better at with experience. Remember, it's not just that there are lists of good items and bad items. That's mostly true, but to be a good scout, you need to learn the characteristics of these good items. This will help you identify opportunities that other scouters will miss. Why are they good? What makes this item a good candidate for FBA? Learn these characteristics and you'll be very successful at sourcing products to sell on Amazon using FBA. You'll be able to quickly identify items based on their characteristics and not just the price differences. It will also help you avoid items that may look good on the surface but are not always what they seem. Clearance items. Almost all retail stores have clearance tables or items at steep discounts. Old models, old stock, or seasonal products, for example. You can find easy deals here because the prices are below retail, so even if Amazon is selling the item, you can often turn a profit because of the low costs. And remember, Amazon is a worldwide marketplace, so seasonal products have different dynamics. When it starts to warm up in Texas and the portable heaters go on clearance, it's still below zero in Massachusetts, where portable heaters are still selling. But it's not just clearance tables. Don't think that you have to limit yourself to just clearance items. You'll be surprised how inefficient the markets are. Do you think Walmart or Costco are always the lowest price? Not even close. You will find items selling at Walmart for $40 that sell on Amazon for $10, and it goes both ways. $40 on Amazon and selling for $10 at Costco. If there are no FBA offers, since you're using FBA Scout, you have access to competitive FBA offers. This will also tell you if there are no FBA offers. If there are no FBA offers and Amazon does not sell the product, then that item represents an opportunity. If you read the article about understanding the Amazon customer, then you already know that Amazon customers will pay more, sometimes much more, for the exact same item if they can get it from Amazon or from an FBA seller. When you use FBA, you are not just competing on price. You are able to cater to a group of customers that your competition simply can't. This is called the FBA land grab by Amazon themselves. They know that there are sellers out there actively seeking out items with no FBA offers because they know that being the only FBA seller for an item is a powerful position to be in. No FBA offers example number 1. Here's an example of an item that I purchased because it had no FBA offers. This item cost me $7.50. I bought 32 of them and sent them to FBA at $25. This is the sweet spot price for FBA because the item qualifies for free Super Saver shipping all by itself. This item had no sales rank when I sent it in. I sold all 32 in 18 days, payouts of $18.61, profit per item of $11.11, total profit over $350, and I turned $240 into almost $600 in 18 days. No FBA offers, example number 2. This example I bought because it had no offers at all. It was not available on Amazon at any price. My cost was $2.50 and I priced them at $19.95. I may have even been able to get $25 for these, but I was happy at $19.95. I sold 5 of them in 40 days. My payouts were $15.09. Profit per item, $12.59. Total profit of over $60, and I turned $12.50 into $75 in 40 days. This is an example where experience played a part. I have a 3-year-old son at home who loves the movie Cars. Knowing how much he likes cars means I know that there are parents out there who will pay for this item even at a higher price. When using FBA, you are selling to a subset of the entire worldwide market. This subset wants to shop online, they want to buy from Amazon, they know what they want, and they are not entirely price sensitive. If not on Amazon at all, because FBA Scout gives you the entire Amazon database and not just books and media, you'll know right away if you scan an item that is not listed for sale on Amazon. You may consider purchasing and creating a product page for that item. You be the first to market and be the only seller. We've done this many times and it's very easy to do. House brands. Items that are usually not on Amazon and can be a great source of profitability are house brands. A house brand is a brand that is only sold at certain retailers. Craftsman tools being sold at Sears is a good example. The only place that you can buy Craftsman tools is at Sears or Sears.com. So what happens when a product is advertised on national TV and someone doesn't live near Sears? They could go to Sears.com, but you'd be surprised how often the brick and mortar store and the matching website are totally different companies. Items sold in the store are not necessarily sold online. Even if they are, they may be sold out. Even if they're not sold out, an Amazon customer may prefer to pay more and get Amazon Prime shipping rather than pay for slow, who knows when it will actually get here shipping from a website that they don't normally purchase from. What all this means is that there is a demand for a product and this demand has no way to get the product at any price. This is where you come in. If you have access to this product, you have the supply that can meet this demand. Cult classics. Similar to house brands are items that I call cult classics. These are items that buyers want pretty much no matter the price. Some specific lipstick shade that someone has used for years and just has to have. Food and grocery items are good examples as well. Think of items that are only available regionally. As people move across the country for jobs or family, they find themselves looking for items online that they can no longer get locally. An example that I like to use is Trader Joe's. People are crazy loyal to Trader Joe's, but when they find themselves no longer living close to a Trader Joe's, they can't get the products that they want. Some turn to the internet only to find them not available. These people represent a demand, and you can meet that demand if you have access to the supply. I'm still waiting for a Canadian seller to send some President's Choice chocolate chip cookies to FBA. Any Canadians watching this video will know what I'm talking about. So let it sink in. Opportunities are all around you. Books and media items are good sources of easy money makers, but look to expand and learn new markets. This may be especially appealing to you if you are tired of trading elbow jabs at your local book sales. This is a lot of information to process. There are so many ways to leverage FBA Scout and FBA that you'll have to try a few and decide which ones are best for you, your budget, and your business goals. Partnering FBA Scout to source product and using FBA to fulfill orders is arguably one of the most powerful combinations in the history of online selling. Using these tools allows you to do things that were simply not possible just a few years ago. This information is powerful. By choosing the proven Amazon course, you have chosen wisely.